Alright, part 2. I've been wanting to do a video about our budget and our goal and what we're going to be using what we raise for, and as I said, it's all going towards equipment and production costs. Now this may be the only time that we'll be able to get away with not being able to pay people for their time, which is an important thing to keep in mind, because generally people who know what they're doing won't or can't work for free. I mean, oftentimes they're just too busy to. But I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that this was a passion project, as much for me as a fan of Doctor Who and Community as it is for me, the actor, writer. And so that's why people are donating their time on this project. So, where's the money going? Somebody commented at one point that $20,000 seemed like a nice round number. And yes, it is a round number. I found that successful projects rarely are a specific number. They're mostly round numbers, and that is because they almost always exceed their goal anyway. And the other thing is, it's easier for people to wrap their heads around. $20,000 is just an easier thing to say than $21,962. Now, I did a lot of research into what we needed to make this project happen and to make it look like we want it to look. And again, anything extra that we bring in will go towards making it even better. And if we really blow it out of the water, towards making another season. Yeah. So where's the money going? First of all, keep in mind that Kickstarter takes 10%. That's $2,000. And then there's the cost of producing and sending out the perks. Now, I learned a valuable lesson about perks from fundraising for Robot Ninja and Gigai. And so what I tried to do with this project is strike a balance between value of the perks to you guys and the cost to actually produce and send them out. So I tried to keep a lot of the perks for the lower levels, especially non-physical. So that's why we're getting high quality downloads of the episodes and the download of the score by Brian Giovanni. But we're still printing posters and postcards and scripts and stuff like that and sending them out. So we figured about $1,000 for perks. Now, the other big thing that people don't think about is food, especially if you are having people donate their time. You have to have the on-set experience be as pleasant as possible, and that means keeping everybody well fed and happy. So you got to figure about $20 per day per person, and we have a crew of about 15, give or take, and shooting days of 4 or so, so that's about $1,200 in food. Great, fine, but what equipment are you getting? Well, like I've said before, I produced about 600 minutes of original comedy content over 2009, 2010, and I did it with this camera right here, the HF200. It's an HD camera, but it's tiny. Obviously no lens options, no anything. And I also did it with these lights from Target Boutique. Great for cheap filmmaking, especially for doing a sitcom, but if you're making something that needs to look a little more filmic, it just won't cut it. And if you look at some of the older stuff that I've produced, it shows. So first and foremost, we need a better camera. Now, some of the equipment that we'll be using will be rented and some we'll buy. Now, the reason we want to buy, especially for the main parts, is that we've got a bunch of projects ready to shoot, and even more Inspector. And it really doesn't take long for the cost of renting to exceed the cost of ownerships over the course of several shoots. I'm modeling our productions after the Film Riot production model, if you know them. If you don't, check them out, because they are amazing and also a great resource for budding filmmakers. So for the camera, it looks like we've settled on the very ironic choice of the Sony Nex Fs100. Now, I have done hours and hours of research into this and other cameras, and I would love to talk to you at length about why we're choosing this one over others, but it would take so long to go through all the details. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts about this camera versus others, let me know and I'll make another video for you. But in the end, it boils down to a few things. For the price, it is the best camera option that offers interchangeable lenses, good quality audio inputs, and the capability to do uncompressed video output at a high color sampling rate of 4:2 color, which is important for special effects and green screen work, which we'll have both of. It also has a great big sensor for wonderful image quality, and it's extremely versatile, which is very important for us because we'll be using it on a lot of different types of shoots. Okay, so now interchangeable lenses, great, but good lenses are super expensive, and the type of lens you use varies from shoot to shoot and from director to director. So what lenses we need on this shoot, we will be renting. Other than that, here's a rundown of some of the equipment we need. Again, some of the stuff we'll be buying and some of it we'll be renting. So in addition to the camera, you've got memory cards, batteries, battery chargers, case, glide cam system, tripod, external video recorder, external monitor, an editing system, RAID storage for the footage because you need to back up your footage, lights, different kinds of lights, gels, reflectors, green screens, audio, shotgun mic, lav mic, headphones, an external audio recorder, grip supplies, grip bag, sandbags, safety cables, extension cords, clothespins, gaff tape, C-stands, black wrap, tools, apple boxes, clamps, jib, dolly, and props and costumes. I bet you didn't think about all that. I bet you didn't think that all that stuff goes into making a film. But that stuff and the people who know how to use it effectively are the difference between the great looking stuff you see on film and TV and even the great looking web series and the stuff that is not so great looking, like the stuff I used to do. And I am thrilled to be able to take my productions to that next level, and it is all because of you guys. So thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. All right, so we've got more time for fundraising. Let's make the best of it, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.